AI Max is either going to be your best friend in 2026 or the fastest way to burn through budget. And the only difference between those two outcomes is the signals that you feed it. And that's exactly what we're going to focus on today. Welcome to Google Ads Quick Hits. I'm Todd Nevins. I am the founder of ClickPlacement, and we are a Google partner. Today, I'm going to walk you through the 3 signals that you absolutely need to implement for 2026 if you want cheaper CPAs, better lead quality, and an algorithm that actually understands the buyers that you want. AI Max isn't some voodoo magical machine. It's actually a pattern matching machine, and it looks at your conversions, your landing pages, the search terms and search queries that got your previous conversions to your website and converted. And it just simply repeats that pattern over and over, but it's the pattern that you are providing Google. So if your patterns are terrible, then your results are going to be terrible. But if your signals are clean, AI is going to work for you in 2026. I'm going to go through the 3 signals specifically to get everything cleaned up to make sure AI Max works for you. Signal number 1, clean, high intent conversions. A lot of advertisers, and we see this all of the time, are tracking way too many primary conversions, and then they wonder why AI Max is not delivering high quality traffic to their site. So in a lead generation environment, a lot of the conversions that are being tracked that shouldn't be are page views, newsletter signups, PDF downloads, a button click, and a weak form submission. And in e-com, I see the poor quality primary conversions that are being tracked would be if somebody adds a product to a cart or a product view. Just anything but a purchase should not be tracked as a primary conversion. But when Google sees all this stuff, it thinks, okay, well, I'm doing a good job because I'm getting a lot of conversions. Cool, I'm going to go find more people like that. And that's not what we want. And then that's where the budget is disappearing. In a lead gen environment, let's use a cosmetic surgeon that we want to get booked consultations, or we want to track phone calls that last more than 1 minute, or we want a high intent form submission. And again, back on e-com, we want to track purchases and the values of those purchases. That's it. Like, fixing this can have a huge impact to the performance of your campaigns, specifically when you're running AI Max. Signal number 2 is conversion value mapping. And in 2026, if you're not assigning values to your conversions, Google is guessing, and they are terrible guessers because your data is vague. If you're a cosmetic surgeon, as an example, and it takes you 5 booked consultations to have one to result in 1 surgery, and 1 surgery on average is $10,000, well, then each booked consultation has a value of $2,000. But if it takes, let's say, 10 phone calls that are over a minute to book an actual surgery, well, then you do the math on those phone calls differently. And you have to just simply do the math based on what is working in your business, whether you're doing, roof repair, or you're in senior living communities, or you're doing cosmetic surgery or anything. You have to do the math to get your values accurate. Is this a perfect way to do it? No, but over time, and when you're looking at a longer period of time, like 90 days or 4 months, that we can get the numbers pretty close. But the best way to do it, absolutely, is importing your offline conversions. If you use HubSpot or Salesforce, link them into Google Ads, or import your leads and values back into Google Ads, and this will drastically lower your cost per acquisition in 2026. Signal number 3, negative keyword architecture. This is a massive requirement. It's not an option anymore in 2026. So we've got to tell Google's AI who we do not want our ads to be shown to. I'm going to break this section into 3 different parts. And the first one, competitors. If you don't want competitor intent traffic, block it from the very first day. Right, get all of your competitors in your area, the names of the clinics and the names of the doctors or the founders. Like, every single potential search for your competitors needs to be added to a negative keyword list, and simply call it competitor name negatives. The second one, unless you're selling something cheap or of low value, you want to add things in like cheap, free, discount, low cost. These are just people that are looking for a deal with cheap intent, and that's not typically the traffic that you want if you're spending money on Google Ads. The third one, completely irrelevant searches. And a lot of times, say you're an accountant, a lot of times Google serves your ads up to people that are looking for accounting jobs, or the salary of an accountant, or how to become an accountant, or training, or free templates and stuff like that. And then also block out in this section the cities that are close to your core audience, but still irrelevant. Let's say you're in Dallas and 95% of your customers are not over in Fort Worth, or certainly not up in Oklahoma City or up in Denton. Like if you serve a very specific geographic area and not outside of it, you need to add add the city names that are outside of your target audience area, add them as negatives. And that is continuing to teach Google who we want our ads to show to, or who we do not want our ads to show to. Now that you've implemented all of these signals properly, let's say you start running it and it's working, which I hope it does, and you want to scale. Do not add 60% more to your budget all at once. What's going to happen is that your campaigns are going to go into learning mode. Your cost per acquisition is going to jump. You're going to panic. You're going to lower your budget, and then you're going to just wonder what in the world happened. Don't do that. Only increase your budget by 15% at a time, and wait a week or 2 weeks for things to settle in. And if everything looks good and you're still profitable and you want to spend more, increase your budget at another 15%. I hope this video helped you. If you get all of these things dialed in, your 2026 using AI Max is going to rock. But if you still have problems, or if you still have questions and you want me to check it out, leave me a comment or send me a DM, and I'm happy to help. Happy 2026.